Just 9 days away from Christmas, over 1,000 community members in Agawam came together to honor fallen veterans this holiday season with wreaths. Western Mass News reporter Wesley Days stopped by the Massachusetts Veterans Memorial Cemetery and has more.
In a time of year marked by giving, residents from across the Bay State remember those who are no longer with us. Men, women, boys, and girls stopped by the Veterans Memorial Cemetery in Agawam to lay wreaths wrapped with red bows at the gravesites of the over 9,000 fallen service members whose lives were fueled with a mission to serve their country.
I'd estimate our attendance here of the public is probably about 1,500 people, as we've seen in the past. And today's weather has just been a blessing to allow people to come out. This event I contend to be the greatest patriotic celebration, in Western Massachusetts.
Western Mass News was the proud media sponsor of Saturday's event. Our own Dave Mattson even served as the master of ceremonies. Paul Barabani is a location coordinator with Wreaths Across America, the organization responsible for the event. He tells us the ceremony here in Western Mass is just one of 4,000 across the country, all of this being done on National Wreaths Across America Day.
We want the younger generation to understand the sacrifice and appreciate the veterans.
The strong smell of pine from those wreaths was matched only by the strong sense of pride for service members past, present, and even future. We spoke with one military hopeful about the tremendous impact this all has on future service members like himself.
Being a part of all of this, no matter how many wreaths you lay or how many times you've done it, is that this is what it really means to be an American citizen.
In addition to spotlighting that honor, Saturday's affair was a moment for unity. Vietnam veteran Mark Strait says we so desperately need.
This country is divided. This is a uniter.
For more details on how you can get involved in next year's event, head to our website, westernmassnews.com. Reporting for Western Mass News, I'm Wesley Days.